Stuff you see so much stuff. It's like it's hard for anything to really catch your attention now because it's everything is just thrown at you.
And I asked that question because I was in Walmart 2 weeks ago buying a baseball bat, and me and this other man was on the baseball aisle, and this little dude just kind of jumped out of nowhere. He was like, "Hey man, yeah, you know, buy my CDs." Stuck it out there, and I was like, "Still put CDs?
How much you pay for this? You losing money."
Hey, what am I gonna play this song?
I gotta find me a CD player. I bought me a new vehicle.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Apartment 4A. Welcome back to the brothers after a nice, good, long weekend. Welcome home.
Yes, sir.
With Dow,
Oh yeah,
they were
Dowie.
good to us.
With Dowie for the win.
Or as we like to say, we do.
We the
We
win.
the win. Good old with Dowie, man. If y'all ever looking for a spot that's in the middle of nowhere,
With a little taint of scariness.
Mm-hmm.
little
Dowie.
Crystal Lake.
Little touch. Little touch.
Yeah, little hint of danger. You know.
Right.
Alabama is where you should go. It's nice, it's quiet out there. For us, you know, everybody recognize us because it ain't too many.
Too many black people.
All of us didn't look like the other ones.
I mean, we went to a restaurant and our waiter said, "Hey, y'all not from around here." I said, "Well, how could you tell?" She said, "Because I know all of us."
And y'all cities just increase our population by 100%.
She just knew we just stood out like a sore thumb.
and she's about right because just about every African American I've seen in that city, except for two, came in that restaurant.
Yeah.
I saw one at the Dollar General, one at the other, was that Bobber's? It's a nice little spot. If you're in Widows, it's a good little spot. It's a little bar and grill they have out there, and live music just about every night. Good waitresses, heavy-handed bartender. So you know, it's a good little spot. In other news, also, let's get it. Southern Miss to the top. We have won the regional. We are getting ready to host the Super Regional. I see you here. We're getting ready to host the Super Regional. We have Ole Miss on deck. Ole Miss, we did play them twice this year. We won one, they won one. Kind of the significant of Ole Miss and Southern Miss, they actually eliminated us from the tournament last year.
Yeah.
So it's time for us to return the favor.
Yes, sir.
So if you're in Hattiesburg, if you're free in Hattiesburg this weekend, go out there and support them Golden Eagles, Super Regionals, Hattiesburg.
Baseburg.
Pete Taylor at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Pete Taylor at 3 p.m. on Sunday, right?
That's right. That's right. Because we ain't making it to Monday.
We're going to knock them out.
We're going to shut them out too. And it should be airing on either ESPNU or ESPN Plus. I know ESPN Plus you can catch it. It might be on ESPNU.
It's on ESPN Plus and ESPN. One or the other. And if you have Hulu, you can watch it live on Hulu as well.
Okay.
Really?
Yep. That's why I've been catching the games on Hulu.
Gotcha.
So, shout out to them Golden Eagles. Today, we have a wonderful episode. We're kind of going to piggyback or continue the weekend a little bit. You know, this weekend, we got a guys trip in. The whole apartment got out there. We had a good little time. Played a lot of games. You know, just a side note, I won most of them.
Well,
hey,
we're gonna keep your secret, Rod, but we all know the truth.
We know the truth.
I won most of them.
All the wins got a little asterisk by it.
All of them.
You
know, for the people who do play, we did play quite a few games of spades. My partner, Mr. Eric Kelly, I think we were like 101. And so,
it was ridiculous.
No, yeah, I got a couple of L. Yeah, I got a couple of L.
Not many. We didn't really see that
I
side.
think maybe.
Yeah.
I think maybe y'all should have went to church on Sunday because you coming in line on a Wednesday. Maybe we should have left.
So I went to church on Sunday.
You could always tell the people who lost all the time because they always try to team up against the people that win.
We shouldn't have skipped church on Sunday because I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
I made it to church. I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
Yeah, Eric went to church, and I went to church today, so I know.
Oh, Eric just went to take pictures.
Hey, I went to church.
Eric walking in.
I got to whip for the residual spirit.
Let's go eat. Let's wrap this up.
Hey, look, the pictures took longer than actual church. I should get some credit.
Hey, at least you did make it.
And I've been to church every day since.
Oh man,
Revival time.
Nope, youth week.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, there you go.
Helping to you.
Get out there and help them cheer. You got cheering in the youth, so you got to go.
Exactly.
Cheers and all the future.
Yeah, or something.
Teach them well.
Let them lead the way.
Show them all the beauties that you possess inside.
That brother preach. Stop, cut it off. We don't go too far.
Really? That's scary though.
It is scary. My nephew, they sent us a picture the other day. He is actually starting to drive for the first time. I was like, oh man. I met this fella. I think he was in first grade, and now he's driving.
Yeah, man.
Time waits for no man. It flies.
No man.
Yeah,
it flies, bro. It flies.
Yeah. My kids don't listen at all. I tell them, hey, cut out that grown up stuff. Keep doing it, man.
Yeah.
I felt the worst fear in my life about a couple of months ago. I took Alana to the parking lot at the school and let her drive around a little bit. I said, Lord Jesus.
It didn't go well.
It did not go well at all. And I probably should have had her brother and sister in the back. But hey, we living and we learning. So I'm sitting there, and I have to be calm and I have to be relaxed in everything I say, because I know if I yell at her, if I say anything loud, it's gonna freak her out. So I like, Alana, start pressing the brakes. Alana, start pressing the brakes. Press a little bit harder. A little bit harder. Okay. Stop.
There you go.
Keep your foot on the brake. Stop.
Get out.
No, I let her in on a good note. But she felt like she did a good job, but she did not do a good job. So that's the main thing that matters. She felt like she did a good job.
Yeah.
You see, you encouraged her.
I tried my best
to try
And
again.
then Terrence went home and punched the punching bag. He didn't get the screen.
Hey, do they not train children to drive like use the lawnmowers and stuff like that?
If I had a lawnmower, probably so. And I was thinking about that. I was like, how did I pick up on it so easily? We had the go-karts, we had the four-wheelers, we had the lawnmowers, we had the bumper cars, we had all kinds of stuff. And I realized these kids don't have that outside of a video game.
I started learning on the go-kart. That's why everywhere I went, I was driving fast as I can.
It makes sense. When we left Sunday, you were driving fast as you can.
Hey, Johnny, I told her Johnny ain't never drove slow.
And then he drives a big old truck. He hit one of those curves when we was in the truck. I'm like, oh, this thing about to topple over, ain't it? And he looking all calm and relaxed. I said, all right.
Man.
Yeah, we had a whole driver's ed course that lasted like half a semester. Like we got bused to a whole facility where we could drive different vehicles and simulators and all that stuff. Now, granted, we had to take our final on the Indianapolis 500, better known as I-20 in Georgia and 285.
That's where you take your final?
Yeah, but it's scary. It was me.
That's rough.
It was me and another black chick and this Asian chick. I'm not stereotyping or profiling at
whatever you start off a sentence that way.
Right. Hit the disclaimer button.
Had us on the side of the road making an emergency stop so the instructor could switch out. because we almost died.
We do not condone any.
Could have been any of the other two people.
No type of racial profile.
No. I will say this: one person's simulator was always lit up like a Christmas tree because anytime you did anything, dangerous or murderous, the simulator would light up, and hers was it was always lit up. So I'm praying for self-driving cars to take off before my kids start driving. Whatever we got to do to get that popping.
Whatever we got to do.
I took driver's ed in high school after I got my license. It was just an 8.
I did too, Rod. But I don't really not to. They kept telling folks they were gonna give you a discount on your insurance.
I got a discount on my insurance.
Yeah, I don't think my mom made me take it.
And what we did in high school, we just ran all our coach errands.
Yep, that's what we did. Got in the car with one of the coaches.
The football and the baseball coach, we just ran all the errands all around town. By the house, went to Walgreens, went to Walmart. We was their chauffeurs.
I hung out at one coach house.
Huh?
Did we have drivers ed teachers or we had coaches?
I didn't.
Coaches wasn't drivers ed teachers.
No, I had a woman.
A woman can't be a coach.
No, I don't remember her being a coach though.
Oh my goodness, you and Eric, y'all coming out throwing blows.
No, I don't remember her being a coach.
Just say, I had a woman. Women can't.
So obviously she wasn't a coach.
My son at 3. Women can't play basketball. Yes, they can, son.
So, as you see, our topic today is friends, and this is what friends do. We get together and we talk about any random thing that we can think of at the time. Like Whodini say, friends, how many of us have them? It's one of those questions that we have to ask ourselves. Who's a friend? Who's a foe? Who's an acquaintance? Just gotta figure that out. For us, we've been friends. It's almost 20 years.
Knocking on 20 years. We all come from different backgrounds, but here it is 20 years later. We still all kind of kick it, still get together. We've basically been to everybody's wedding. Most of us were probably in each other's wedding. I think about there was 4 to 5 of us in each one of the weddings. So it's been good. So my question to you is, or to kind of get us started with friends, how do you know if somebody's a friend or an acquaintance? Let me throw a little promotion in there. TJ said that today is National Best Friend Day. He just wanted y'all to know. So it's very ironic that we have this conversation on National Best Friend Day. They keep up all the national days because the other day was National Chocolate Ice Cream Day, and they have to celebrate that one properly.
Exactly.
Oh, let's look.
Continue, Eric.
Right on time.
TJ trying to get on the show. He's trying to take on the spot.
Hey man, this what the show for, man. This what the show for real. But I'll start it off with Rod's question. In my experience, a friend versus an acquaintance is a friend is somebody that you would actually choose to spend time with. An acquaintance is somebody that you happen to spend time with based on other factors, like maybe y'all in an organization together, y'all work together, somebody else is bringing y'all together, but it's not just purely out of just y'all clicking and meshing. That to me, that's an acquaintance.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Will.
Oh yeah. Piggyback off what Eric said. I know a statement that a quote statement that people like to say a lot. You can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends. Mm-hmm. And with friend versus acquaintance, I feel like with a friend, I could be myself. That's me acting how I am around y'all, how we were this weekend. Even if a case, let's say Brad called me and I don't want to talk to Brad, I'd be like, hey, Brad, I ain't really trying to talk right now. I'll get at you later. Like, I don't have to fake the funk with any of y'all. Exactly. What you see is what you get with all of us when we hang out together. So that's how I feel with friends. Acquaintance, I'm cool with you. I talk to you, but it ain't just it's not a true friendship. I know you, I speak to you, I talk to you, that's probably about the end of it. But like I say, with a friendship, the difference to me is you can truly be yourself around a true friend.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I see that somebody you can call on for help. Because I know with guys, we don't ask for help. We don't ask for help at all.
Yeah.
But when you can call another guy and ask them for their assistance in something that you need, I think that's the definition of a friend to me. An acquaintance is, hey, you got to bribe them. Hey, I kind of need some help. I can. I got a few dollars. You want to come help me move this couch? So friend is something like you can ask them for help, and you can enjoy that time with them.
Right.
Yeah. And even with stuff like that, I think, a friend, when they do help you do things or whatever, it's not that they expect anything. Yeah. They're not necessarily expecting something in return, but then on the backside of it, you feel like that's my friend. I want to give them something. I want them to kind of give them something for doing that. The acquaintance is like, you need to help me because I done helped you a lot. So
right.
Exactly.
You remember that time when?
And even in that situation, what Terrence just talked about with friends, like work. If I call you to help me move or do something like that, like I know it's work, but at the same time, it's not. I see it. It's me and my friends. We gonna hang out because we're not just gonna be working 24/7. We're gonna talk. We're gonna joke. We're gonna play. So it's a whole different experience than just me, an acquaintance. I need your help. Okay, well I know I'm going to work.
Yeah.
That's strictly what it is, right?
Yeah, you bond a little bit while you doing whatever it is.
Yeah, right.
And then too, kind of piggybacking on what you said earlier, Willie, is somebody you could be yourself with, and asking for help for men, like Terrence was saying, that's a big thing. You ain't gonna ask as anybody, because we kind of used to giving everybody the same spiel to ask, "How you doing? Everything going good?" "Oh yeah, everything's good. Yeah, I'm good." Yeah, you can be in shambles,
be going down in flames.
Just about the car wiping tears from your eyes.
Exactly.
I'm good.
I'm good. Acquaintances would never know, right?
You never know.
You had a friend asking, like, "Man, let me tell you about this.
Let me tell you what she did."
Let me tell you. These folks, my last nerve. Then you start talking about your acquaintance to your friend.
That's right.
If I tell him one more time to stop talking to me.
That's right. That's right. Friends is who you tell about your acquaintance.
Exactly.
Go ahead, John.
I'm gonna come in on something that Terrence said. I remember when I was finna get married. I ain't gonna call nobody's name, but we were like short. We were short on funds to like pay for our caterer, and I was able to call one of my friends like, "Hey." Well, actually, they text me, asked me what was going on, and I was like, "Man, we need about $1,500 short because we were short." And bro, let me borrow $1,500, and it wasn't paid back right away. We got married in September, and I think they let me hold it till tax time. I ain't gonna mention who it was, but that's a friend right there.
Yeah, that's a real friend.
Oh yeah,
especially when somebody don't hold it over your head over all these years and never said anything else about it.
Oh, I was gonna hold it.
Man, that's high risk.
Hey,
right
Justin,
there.
how's it going? We at 14:35 right now, right? Just trying to make sure we good. And
you coming up.
You got my money.
You got my money.
Exactly.
You got my money.
AJ Key, I saw you supersize that meal, man. I'm just saying.
You could have put some of that on the balance sheet, man. You had to do the supersize.
I'm gonna need to see after that and more than greenback.
I need my money.
That's a friend.
Oh yeah, that's a friend for real.
We playing, but we serious.
Yeah.
That's very serious.
Hey, that if don't nothing destroy friendships, so money can.
Hey, bro, that was almost 10 years ago. Times are different now. Everybody gonna let you hold on like this.
Oh yeah, right now.
It all look like 2 tanks of gas.
I was about to say $1,500 back then. It's about $4,500 now.
Exactly, man.
So here's the question then: can an acquaintance move into the friendship zone, or what does an acquaintance have to do to become a friend?
Ooh, that's that. I mean,
definitely.
I say, I don't know. It depends. I'm gonna say it depends on both people, and at what point in life you are at. Because you get to a point in life where I'm not saying you can't go out and make new friends, but the bonds that you have with the friends you got, can you truly make those bonds again, all over again in that time frame? If you're getting older and older, like some people get to the point where, the friends I got is enough. I may gain some more acquaintances, some work friends, this and that along the way. But a true friend, I mean, can I invest that to gain that back again? So, I mean, to me, yeah, I would say, yeah, it's possible, but I think it would be a little bit more unlikely.
I think my opinion a little different because I think every friendship started off as an acquaintance. I think we just kind of meet each other and kind of talk and stuff, and then eventually you develop a friendship with somebody.
Yeah,
I agree. Because when we met, you were wide open. There was no acquaintance stage.
But I don't think we call you acquaintance.
We met at a young age. we met at a young age. We met third, fourth grade.
Fourth grade, wide open.
Yeah, you a little bit more open fourth grade. I think I agree with Jonathan. I think everybody starts out as an acquaintance. Now, how long you say an acquaintance? There's no fixed time on it. So I could meet you today.
Yeah.
And based on the scenario, like if we at work together, I'm black, you black, we 30s, we married, we got kids, we got a lot in common already. So now it's just, are you weird or not? If you ain't weird, we probably can hang out, once or twice outside of work. Like Willie said, you don't meet many people that's a friend candidate when you outside of college. Like once you leave college, the number of people you meet is that pool plummets. Like you think about like every semester you were thrown in, every class you had different people. Even the higher up in your class, you kind of start seeing some of the same people over and over again. But like the number of people that was cycling through that you interacted with is crazy high in college, and then it just drops off when you leave. And then you go to work, especially as being black, you professional. We already, the drop in the bucket. So to meet somebody that you really click with, that's rough. It's really rough, man.
And I kind of disagree with that because I came across a lot of people once I got out of college, but none of them I want to be friends with because they didn't like me. For some odd reason, I'm giving them tickets and I want to have a small talk I want to have a conversation with them. They feel like I'm being rude.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you put handcuffs on them, they kind of ruin your friendship.
They're in the back of the car. We're going down to the jail. I'm asking about their life. They don't want to share. I'm like, I'm trying to develop those relationships, and for some odd reason they wasn't clicking. So I met the people, they just didn't want to be friends. I guess I was a weird guy. I'm so man.
You was the weird. Why you being weird to me? You was
exactly.
the weird guy, man.
So everybody in the comments, man, please put in, can an acquaintance turn into a friend, or what does that person have to be? I see one comment here from Karen. She says, I think it's all about their character. So, character does play a part in it because, depending on the type of character that you are, depending on if we're going to be friends or not,
Yeah. Because the problem ain't me. It's all of you.
It ain't me. Can't be me.
Are you crazy?
I have a level of crazy that I can deal with, and if you over that level, I don't need no more of that.
Exactly. Both of us don't need to come together, man. Just be bad.
I can say I did have a situation where an acquaintance did become a friend. I guess it's fairly recent, but when me and my wife first moved in together, we were in Laurel, Mississippi, and she had some friends in Laurel that she went to college with. And we would hang out with them, and they were married. They didn't have kids at the time. They were married. We were married, so we all hung out. And I knew the guy, the husband. I knew him from Hattiesburg, just because he's a Kappa, and we kind of just crossed paths. So we knew of each other, but we never really hung out. And so once we started hanging out in Laurel, and I didn't have my wife, all her family's from Laurel. I didn't have nobody in Laurel, so we slowly started hanging out, talking, and we did develop a friendship over that time. So, but kind of like Eric said, you know, when you first meet, you kind of talk, see how it is, and go back to his character was similar to mine, his nature was similar to mine. We had a lot of stuff to talk about, and we had a lot of stuff in common. So in that case, it is possible. Now, I was thrown into the situation via my wife knowing them. So to say us just being acquaintances and then have that extra push, you know, for us to actually hang out together, would we have been friends outside of it? Probably not, you know. But you know, so it's got a lot of factors to play into it.
Oh yeah, I had a similar situation.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so at my most recent job, I've been here 3 years. When I got there, it was basically all white people and it's one other guy. And it just so happened that I was going to replace him on the product that he was on. And already people were mixing us up. Like as soon as I came in, I was like, oh, I see Chris. You must be related to Chris. I'm like, I don't know who Chris is. But no, but I ain't got no brothers or nothing. So I meet him. He got a beard. He got glasses, dark skin, similar height.
Oh yeah.
Y'all bro. And this was black people that was like, Chris or Eric? Which one? You know when black folks mix you up, it's like, all right, I understand. We start talking. So his wife and my wife the same age. We both been married. He been married 10 years. We've been married 9 years. Both got 2 kids, right? Both we lived in the same house. Our birthdays are 2 days apart. Like interested in all the same stuff, cigars, bourbon, both in cyber, both like technology. Like the clicking was just like clicking super hard. So a snare like that. Exactly. So but now like so we like basically like dipped our toe in the acquaintance phase and went almost straight to friends.
Yeah.
But like obviously you an acquaintance till I get to know you, but yeah, that was a similar situation.
Right. But even with those, your double game.
Yeah. Like to this day, like people still like we live like literally like we moved in to our house the same week and we stay like one house down from each other. Like our kids go outside and play with each other and stuff.
Yeah.
I got a question that Willie kind of brought up. Can you really be friends with your spouse's friend?
With your spouse's friend,
or to kind of go off there, because my question was similar to that, Jonathan. Are you thrown into friendships because of your spouse, or do you throw your spouse into friendships because of, like, for example, we married, we got wives. Are our wives friends because we friends?
Nah.
You gotta answer that. Just think about it.
So I will say this:
the Apple Shuffle.
so I say this: that's definitely a prerequisite to considering how friendly can we really be, right? Like, your wife crazy.
Who cares?
I'm not even gonna. You know, it's hard to tell somebody like, "Hey, we can be cool." Your wife ain't make the cut, man. Like, I'm sorry. So you come over, she can't come over because every time she leaves,
you cutthroat.
My wife be mad, and I ain't gonna deal with that. So our bond is gonna kind of be stagnant.
Yeah,
because you know my wife don't like your wife. Like I'm literally like if you married, like your wife is a part of the package, and like what type of impact she gonna have on our relationship, because obviously, you know, women like to do things and double dates and, you know, stuff like that. It could be weird, man.
Yeah, I think how we've always approached it in our marriage. All right, neither one of us is not. I'm not gonna force my wife to. I'm not gonna force her to have to be friends with my friends' wives. She's not gonna force me to have to be friends with her friends' husbands. This is like yes. I'll bring her into the setting.
Definitely let me know that.
I'll let y'all know, because that's a whole nother topic.
Go ahead.
But yeah. We never force. We, like you say, we'll put you in it. We'll hang out, you know, and you know if you vibe with them, that's on you to take it If you want to be friends with them, you want to hang out with them, you want to come around more, I let you make that decision upon your own. Yeah. I'm not gonna be the one where I'm going to see Ryan. You need to come on over. Hang out too. No, I'm not doing that. And she the same way. So it's like I put you on the court. I put the ball out there. You do what you gonna do with it. But I ain't judging by no means.
I was sent the text. Let me make sure I get this right. I have many new friends right now, and I am very happy with all my new friends right now.
I need you to blink twice if you.
I was supposed to say that. I said that. I just want y'all to know I have new friends right now. I have many new friends right now, and I am very happy with all of my new friends.
Ain't nothing wrong with new friends.
You sound like a
yes, ma'am. We hear you. I mean, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We support you, your new friends. Tim.
We support you.
We have it for you, my brother.
Mike said my friends are dope, and my wife went to school in Louisiana. When she met my friends, we all got along great, and the friendship and bonds grew. So my wife says nope, and it's just because my wife.
I agree with Karen.
We do the same thing, like Willie said. We don't force each other to be friends with our friends. Yeah. And as my wife would tell you, she ain't got no friends, so you can't make her be nobody's friends.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I want to read an interesting stat, right? Because we talk about friends and talk about specifically among men, like having friends. And once you leave school, once you leave school, you know your chance at meeting new friends drops a lot, right? So thinking about it now, a lot of people doing remote work, being in COVID and stuff like that. They got some new stats out as of last year, right? So for 1990, it said there were 40% or more of men that had 10 or more friends, right? 1990. In 2021, that dropped to 15%, right? 50% of men or less. Basically, 50% of men have 3 friends or less in 2021. So the number of friends that men have is dropping off. Like 15% of men have no close friends at all.
I wonder who did this.
Getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah. Like drastically smaller.
You heard the song. They smile in your face all the time. Want to take your place.
And it ain't even that. I mean, if I listen to those numbers and that stat, the key word I take out is close friends. Because in today's age, technology age, people goes back to friends versus acquaintance.
Exactly.
Like on video games, cyber world, pandemic, remote working, you have all these connections with so many people.
Yeah.
But you don't have those close friendships because you just don't.
Exactly.
The time, the building those bonds, things like that. So I can see now. You go back to 1990, you got internet ain't popping like that. You know what I'm saying?
You got Super Nintendo and a bike.
Nintendo, Sega, Genesis. You got to interact.
I got to see you face to face.
Right.
You got cassette tapes. You got cassette tapes that you have to give to somebody so they can listen to. You have to have those interactions.
Really has a point. I mean, just think about it. In 1990, we were all 6, 7, something like that going on.
I think you was 10.
You might have said Ryan was 10.
Ryan can't slide.
See, that's how your friends do. Y'all
exactly.
Said Ryan 15 in 1990.
Always trying to I ain't even the old one on the call.
I can't believe Willie said you were 20 in 1990.
Making mixtapes.
His age is keeping up every time.
Straight.
But like I was saying before, these friends of mine rudely interrupted. But it's true, you had the devices and things that you had then were totally different. I mean, just think, like you said, you had your bike, you went outside, you hung out with everybody in the neighborhood. It wasn't no. I text you. Basically, you came outside to see if anybody was outside. You didn't have nobody to call. They ain't had no number. I mean, they had a number, but you weren't calling people's house. You just go outside and see who was out there, and everybody was kind of click tight from there. And as technology grew, it introduced you to more people, but it pushed you away from getting to really know that person. So I can see why that number's down in 2001.
Oh, yeah. And then neighborhoods are different.
Yeah.
As in the people who you do life with, like people in your neighborhood, you probably don't do life with.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, you got.
As I sit here and think about it, TJ say he have a bunch of friends, but I know he don't, because I don't know the kids or the parents, so they can't be his friends. Yeah. But I gotta look around the corner. He may have 3 friends, as I sit and think about it. And the reason why he has those 3 friends, because their parents we went to church with, and they all the exact same age, and we did life together. That's why they are his friends, because of we did life together. But the people in our neighborhoods, he don't know them. He tried to play baseball. He tried to play baseball with one of them kids, and he said, "No, them kids are weird."
Hey, there you go. That's a
prerequisite. But see, we started off in our life. My best friends was actually my cousin, because
we all lived in the same area.
Yeah, that's who I stayed with all the time. That's who I spent time with. So my best friend was my cousin.
Yeah.
And it was a time then, if you think about it, back in the day, your parents would tell you stuff like, "Boy, you too young. You ain't got no friends. Ain't nobody your friend."
That's probably what I'm saying now, right?
Yep. Exactly what you said.
Kayla said I had some.
You got to read the whole thing to get that.
Definitely my hand by my elderly neighbor. I know people in my neighborhood. I feel you show them close if they were shoving nipples in your hand.
That whole neighborhood thing is real, because I was outside my house the other day, and I stay in a pretty diverse neighborhood. But you think about us growing up, our childhoods and our neighborhoods, it was like friendship then was like it was trial by fire. Like you gonna get out there, you gonna make some friends. Like you got to, if you want to survive, you gonna make some friends. And like now it's like, because like my son, now I can't say our neighbor is one of his friends. They play pretty often back and forth, come over, and I talk to his parents. They talk to us. Same school, so he's building that friendship, but that's just one person in the entire neighborhood. Like, it's just when Terrence said that, I really thought it's different with that whole neighborhood aspect now.
Yeah. So a little bit extra on this. Can you have different groups of friends, or if you have different groups of friends, are they truly your friends? Like, you might have a group of friends do this and group of friends do that. Are those truly your friends, or you have one group of friends and everybody else are kind of?
Oh, we can definitely.
Definitely answer that just by this weekend. I got a friend that stay in Atlanta. That's one of my coworkers, but we still cool. So when I go to Atlanta to celebrate his birthday, we go to clubs all night long. I ain't a club person. I don't know what to do in the club. So I just...
You never been to the club with us?
Oh, you been to the club?
That's what I'm saying.
I feel hurt. I feel hurt.
Shocked and appalled, man.
So get you the stuff in the hi-hat 2000.
I'm telling
you. You going to Magic City and you never went to Pony?
I think you used to throw holy water on us for real.
Every Thursday.
What y'all going to that club
for? Trying to mess them loose women.
While we was at the club, John
he don't even wake up for class. He should.
Looking for churches for us to go to while we was at the club.
I was trying to
praying for our souls.
I was trying to make a point. Listen, let me get to my point.
You're right. Go get your
I was talking to my mama. So last time I went to Atlanta and we went to the club, and I told Mama, I said, well, I went to the club, and she said, what was you doing? I said, standing there because I didn't know what to do. And so this weekend she asked me how was the weekend. I said, you know what? I said, we all old. We knew we weren't going to no clubs. I said, we just chill. I said, it was actually the best weekend ever because we ain't did nothing.
Well, you know, it wasn't really a club for us to go to.
Right about that.
You know what I mean.
And if it was, we was not going.
Exactly. Once again,
we're not going to. We're not going to Dixie Road Show.
Yeah, Dixieland Fest or whatever
they were having Dixieland Fest when we got down there. So when we made it to Whodini, we all got a little nervous because of all the Dixie flags and things that we saw.
Yeah.
But
they
we found out that the neighbors were real cool. We had one of the guys who he out hanging with the neighbors. You know, that's how your friends do you. You come with your friends and one of them always walk off and do
just
something.
walk off.
Always that one.
See,
man.
That's how scary movies start. The one friend just walks off. Like, where did he go?
It was so funny because he walked off toward the lake, turned around, came back the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he said he was going to talk to the other neighbors that got done kayaking, and then he jetting off on the other. Like, man, you're mingling too much.
I'm telling you.
So Mike says he has different groups of friends and learned quickly I can't mesh the groups. Tried it, didn't work. My hometown friends are a tad thuggish. College friends are more clean.
I agree with Mike. That's why I was trying to get to the point. I can't mesh those two different types of friends. That's why I'm trying to get to.
Well, it kind of all depends. Yeah, because I know I got at least 3. I got hometown friends, I got college friends, I got frat brother friends. And in some aspects, they have intertwined and mixed it because some of y'all are friends with some of my frat brothers and vice versa. So they can mix, but it's one of them things kind of going back to couples, friends, and friends of couples. Like, I ain't gonna, like, if y'all meet some of my frat brothers, they cool, y'all click up, cool, y'all gonna be friends, fine. But I ain't finna be like everybody finna get it, everybody love everybody. Nah. Yeah. Everybody ain't got to hang out together. But so you gotta know your groups and your friends, and I mean anything past that is on them.
Back in 4A, it was like the melting pot. So once everybody came together, everybody became friends. Because we all had joint trauma that happened to us in that time frame, and we made bonds.
You right about that.
We might have to do that one day. We may have to make a couple of episodes and invite some of the other people who kind of.
We have to screen them.
I already got one that's been begging.
Oh, I know. I think he sent us a message from the jump.
I got one. He wanted to be on the first episode. He was like, y'all got a part before y'all didn't include me.
Yeah,
I had animations and everything. I said, we gonna get
felt like he was there almost at the beginning.
Right.
Almost.
So when we gonna get Leroy on the show? Now he was a real Apartment 4A member. He stayed at least 6 months.
Well, he when we all moved out, he ended up staying.
He stayed.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
he kept the legend going. With all those holes in the wall.
Oh, bro, man.
Last thing I remember about Apartment 4A when I was leaving, he was still there. Somebody called me and was like, "Hey, I need you to go down there and check on your cousin." I'm like, "What's going on?" He outside in front of the patio beating some dude to sleep.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh man. Apartment 4A Part 2. Leroy Saga. Uncut. Yeah, let me tell you how you go down to the chicken factory and work properly. These are the steps you must take.
He sure was working.
He was a manager. He was a manager.
I know that brother was stressed out.
Slinging that chicken.
I mean, he was sitting there, sat there in that car before he had to go to work. And when he got back, he sat in the car for an hour.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that'll be cool though.
Boy,
Mike said he brought one of his friends to Dandrea house. Ethan asked hometown friend very casually question, "Hey, you like to drink, huh?" Hometown was like, "What do you mean?" It was about to fight him over some stuff. Hey,
It went 0 to 100 real quick.
You just never know, man. You know, people take things different, you know, so you got to kind of keep your group separate.
Hey, can we pause for a minute so I can make this comment?
Go ahead.
I want everybody to know that I was on time tonight for the podcast.
You were
on time for a minute.
Touche. You was.
That's right. That's right. He got a little vacation in, so I guess he was resting.
Yeah.
I made it.
Yeah,
that's the thing, man. I mean, yeah, in apartment 4A, we had cousins, line brothers, friends. I mean, a lot of people kind of rolled through there, kind of stayed. So, yeah, we will kind of get together, pull some of them people together, and do 1 or 2 episodes with them. I mean, I reach out to Leroy. I'm sure he'll do it. It's gonna be uncut though. We got to make sure that way we got the
kids. yeah, we're gonna have to do some media prep for him.
Yeah, it ain't gonna matter. He gonna throw that book out the window.
I saw Leroy it was probably about a year ago. At the Crow got here in Clinton. I was walking. I said, "Hey, Leroy." Hey, I was like, "What you doing out here?" He's like, "Man, it's the best Kroger to go to." We chopped it up for a minute. I ain't seen him since.
He don't stay too far. He kind of stay like a bit in between the two Krogers that he had now. So it's about the same distance no matter which one he go to. So.
Right.
So for y'all that don't know, Leroy's my cousin. That's folks like, who's the Leroy guy? That's my cousin, my first cousin. We grew up together. We stayed next door. And so
he actually younger than Rod, but they call him Leroy.
He said what?
For Leroy's. Huh?
You said what?
I said he actually younger than you, and his name Leroy.
Old man.
Hey, from the country.
Well, he's Leroy the third, so you know he named after his daddy, after his granddaddy. So
that name is 100 years old.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what's up. But yeah, excuse me. So the thing with friends, family, mixing them.
Mm-hmm.
Can you develop friends or true friendship at work?
It depends on kind of work. Yeah, I developed some really good friendships when I was in the military and I got deployed to Iraq. And I developed some really good friendships when I was in ministry and I worked for the church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trauma bonding
type of work. Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we can break up a story and talk about it all night long. Yeah. It's sad that I can do that a lot more with the church. The trauma. There was more trauma in the church than it was in Iraq. But that's a different story.
I got shot at a couple times. But at church,
no, you say that. We was doing some street evangelism, and we was walking the streets, and somebody said, "Hey, did you see that?" I said, "See what?" I think somebody had a gun.
Hey, gotta protect yourself all the time. They don't know y'all walking down the street.
Just like John told y'all this weekend, y'all walk around with that whole arm on.
You don't need to worry about it.
Right. You don't need no gun.
Y'all come around there walking around the suit. They don't know what gang y'all in.
I believe I know the neighborhood that Terry Nell was doing the street ministry.
But this one time I came up on this neighborhood, and as I was walking up on this area, this is after I was police, and I see cameras on all. There was an apartment complex, and I see cameras on this just on this one floor, left, right, all around. I said, let's not knock on that door. They said, why? Nah, just take my word. I tell you after.
Exactly. Yep.
They've been watching us for the past hour. Let's keep on moving.
Oh, yeah. So I'm not
Jared say you can develop friendships at work, and I think you can. I've met some pretty good people from several different jobs, and we still kind of hang out today. I feel like one of my movie crews that we just go, a couple guys that we get together and we just watch movies, man. So you know, there's some pretty good guys. So
yeah, I think you can. Yeah, you definitely can meet. And it depends on. For me, I know with me and work wise. A lot of my jobs, I weren't there a long time. A lot of my jobs, I was like two and a half years max. And but I've met some acquaintances, and I've met some close friends that I still keep in contact with. And even with work, even if you're not just trying to make friends just to talk to or hang with, through your employment life, you have to make connections and friends. I mean, I feel like that's just a valuable part. If you are attempting to move up in what you're doing or trying to venture out in the other areas, you have to develop those friendships and those type of relationships with certain people. It is not going to be everybody, but you know, you at least got to try to.
Yeah, I agree. That was somebody to learn.
Yeah, I believe you can. I actually been at a job 17 years almost. Well, be 17 years in August. So, you eventually develop some good friendship. Most of my friendship with a lot of old folks, but it's good friendship because young folk don't really go into this early.
Jonathan, you 55. I mean,
just think, if I'm 55,
we can't tell how old you is because that camera you got.
And the Christmas tree in the background. But how many obituaries you made for your friends? How many obituaries you made for some of your friends, Jonathan?
What?
No, I'm not saying this is what's called because lately,
that's dark.
No, honestly, because he had a whole slideshow on Facebook about it.
Dang, JK.
Now hold on, y'all say all this, and y'all do all that laughing and watching. Answer the question,
bro. We know he gonna ask it. Let's wow.
I'm not gonna answer that question. Just know,
Jonathan 55 and all his friends.
I'm just gonna plug in that if you would like obituary, weddings, invitation, or anything, please contact me at Elite Print and stuff. And I will get you taken care of.
Taryn gave you a good lead in.
Exactly.
There you go.
So
yeah, so dirty.
To continue with friends, here's a sticky question, and you can choose to answer this or not. Well, I'm gonna ask this one first. I got two of them. I'm gonna ask this one first. So we all agree that it's healthy for men to have friends. You know, we need those just like everybody else, even though we may not always admit that we have some people that we can depend on and lean on. But it's healthy for men to have friends, true friends. My question to you: can men have female friends?
Well, I say this: not a married man.
Oh, not a married man.
Not once you married.
So everybody watching, can men have female friends? So if you're married, especially if you're married, So what?
I had plenty of female friends before I got married and after I got married. I never had an issue.
So were they the same female friends? Like, did you have the same female friends after you got married?
Yeah, I have a female friend that we've been friends for about as long as me and Will have been friends. So I never had no issue with anything crossing over or anything like that.
So you ain't gotta say no names. Have you ever
no, I haven't.
With none of them. You an anomaly.
No, you are.
Hey man, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
all that bonding and
the thing that I think the thing that messes men up is they find friends that they want. Like, you can't be friends with somebody that's your type. You gonna eventually mess up.
That fella preaching right there.
Yeah, I mean,
so
what if you just attract that type though?
I would say this. I was real close to a female friend. Terrence know who I'm talking about. I don't know if you remember. I was real close to a female friend around the time Terrence got married, and we talked pretty often for a long time. Never dated, nothing like that. But soon after I got married, like the communication kind of dwindled off, and now I probably talk to her maybe once a year, once every other year, But I mean, at one point, me, Terrence, his wife, and her, we were all kind of click tight. We get together, especially all in the same time. We did a lot of stuff together, but just kind of dwindled down, man. Once I got married, and nothing was ever said. I never called and was like, "Hey, I'm married now. We can't be friends no more." It just kind of,
And don't feel bad because after the divorce, I haven't talked to her in about 3 years myself. So
Well, I would say, of course, I would say you can have female friends, because just like there's a lot of women got male friends. Like in my marriage, my wife has a lot of male friends she went to Alcorn with, she went to school with. I'd have met them, I know them, this and that. Now on my side, I got a lot of people that I interact with. Some I guess you make say friends from USM, some of them, but it depends on how you see them. I mean, I would say more acquaintances. I ain't calling people. I barely call y'all on the phone like this. So I don't. So I mean, it can be. It just depends on the person. Now me, growing up, I never had like just no close female friends. Like all the friends I had was males. I mean, I talked to folks at school, this and that. That just wasn't a friendship I never just really had like that. Then got to college, college joined fraternity, met different more people out here, this and that. And, I could see how you can develop a friendship with a female aside of the extras. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. I tried to with one of my female friends.
See, you started wrong when you wait.
Hey, we ain't got no time to go into that, man.
We got no time to go into
that. No, we don't.
Not at all, man.
All I'm saying is, don't look. If you think your friends are nice, your friends could at least tell you what you're getting into ahead of time.
Yeah.
He could have just gave me an ideal or something. He ain't told me nothing. Let me find out myself.
Y'all didn't include me in the conversation till it was too late.
It was too far gone. Stretch the friendship right there.
I almost lost a friend because of it.
Quick.
Hey, so what y'all mentioning, like the time frame, between communicate with certain friends, is there like a rate of communication you have to consider somebody a friend still? Like do you have to talk to them like at a certain time frame?
Nah, I'll be honest, before this podcast, we really didn't sit around and talk a whole lot for a minute. Yeah. And since we started the podcast, I mean, we text and chatted and stuff like that for years until JP kept talking about this podcast. We didn't really just sit around and talk a lot.
Because we planned that trip 8 years ago.
Yeah.
We just not going on there.
Hey, man, it takes time.
Yeah, it was worth the wait.
It was well worth the wait.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's for me, I don't think it's a level. Now, if you truly consider yourself my friend, you wouldn't think it's a certain level of communication. Because I know me. I'm not I don't talk on the phone like that. I don't call. I text, stuff like that. But that just ain't. I've never just been like that. And y'all know that. When we was in college, we saw each other every day. We interacted like that. We had no choice. Now after that, that's just not me. Yeah. So if you're gonna be a friend with me, then that's just something you have to accept.
Yeah. Same here. Same here, man. I have to remember.
I'm gonna check on you now. I'm making you doing all right.
You good? All right.
Yeah, you good?
Hey, don't call me now.
I think this is strictly text. This is straight text. You good? All right.
Like Kayla said, no real friends can pick up right where they left off, and I think that's true. I mean,
yeah.
Like I talk to you guys, especially here lately. I talk to you guys more often than I probably talk to any of my other friends. But when I talk to them, it's like, oh man, I'm just glad to see you. I'm glad you still kicking, still alive. But and we just kind of jump right into things that we were talking about since like last time we talked. So I think that's kind of the case.
Yeah, I mean, just like this past weekend with us, it was like we ain't miss a beat. It was apartment 4A back at it. Even if we hadn't talked for years, when we all was back together in that room, it was right, that same energy. You feel me? Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't miss a beat now.
Not at all.
And I think that's just the thing, if you're a true friend, you don't have to worry about stuff like that. And to go back a little bit to where we was talking about, two things. Go back a little bit when we was talking about the male friends with females, I think Jerry and Karen might have said, if that person can't be friends or at least acquaintance with your spouse, if that person's a secret, then it's a little different. That's more than a friend if you don't want your spouse to know that that's your friend.
It's totally different.
Yeah, so that's a little different. Yeah, most definitely. And then I think, and no, any of the ladies that are watching, you feel free to comment. I think guys, our time frame with friends is a little different. We don't have that where we just sit down on for hours and hours and talk to friends like that. Like even our close friends, we don't talk to for a long period of time. Like when he calls, hey, how you doing? Shoot it up for 15, 20 minutes. That's it. Where some ladies and the close friends, I can say they do that with all their friends, but they close friends, they talk on the phone for hours.
Yeah.
And we just don't get into that kind of stuff. If I see you at the store, that means I ain't got to call you for 6 months. I just
if I talk to you for 15 minutes on the phone, woo,
oh yeah,
we good.
Yeah.
We good for a good minute.
I see you next pandemic.
All right. Oh man.
So yeah, that's the thing. So
I do think friendships have changed, especially from the time that we became friends. We all looked out for one another, kind of help each other. Now, friendships is all about what can you do for me. Like, it ain't the same as it used to be. So, a lot of friendships now won't survive past 2 or 3 years because it's all about what you can do for me and not about helping each other. So, I think it has changed over the years. People have a different understanding of friendships. And I think the Bible says he who show himself friendly, something like that, Terrence,
Yeah, amen.
So is a friend indeed. So I think it just changed over time.
I feel you on that.
That's for sure, man. You gotta be careful, man. Like Drake said, no new friends, man. You gotta watch it.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't want to ask this question, but since y'all going down that little river, let me hop on the canoe.
We can't
with y'all.
We swim back out there.
So have y'all ever had a friend or acquaintance that stabbed you in the back?
Ooh.
Like a real friend?
Or acquaintance, somebody who you thought was a friend and you realized it wasn't a friend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had something like that happen before. I was really the thing was, and I kind of tell the story without getting into who it was. So y'all all know me, and know kind of how I deal and what I do. And then Mike, me, Kayla, y'all know me. So I had this one guy who had got into some trouble or something back home. I think he might have got a DUI or got caught with alcohol in the car or something with his parents or something like that. And so he made the comment, "Oh, well, Rob be doing that. He be out drunk all the time. I had to go pick him up and stuff." And I'm like, wait a second. Like, nobody ever came pick me up.
Exactly.
Somewhere, trying to take the stuff off of him and put it on me. And so, that was just kind of wild for me. I'm like, had my mom and dad calling me in the middle of the night one day talking about some, I hear you out here drunk and doing something. I'm like, hey, wait, slow down. Let's pump the brakes here. That is most definitely not the case with me.
Right.
So that was kind of weird. I was a little upset about that for a little while, but I got over. I never did talk to that person about it. So if you're watching, I know.
And I know him for a while.
Yeah. We know.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, Karen said yes, she has. She blocked on Facebook. I thank her to this day for the eliminate myself out of her life. Oh, that's wild.
Man, I'm thinking, how if I've had one that stabbed me in the back, I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, the knife wasn't sharp enough to affect me.
Yeah,
and I probably just kept on moving.
Yeah.
I be mad at acquaintances. They don't even know I'm mad at them.
I mean, the closest I ain't wearing no stab. I ran that story a couple podcasts ago with one of my friends I grew up with. We just kind of lost. We had lost that connection. It wasn't really no stabbing in the back. It was just kind of as a long situation.
Yeah. So here's a question: because you talk about losing friend, can distance or what does it take to lose a friend outside of stabbing them in the back? Obviously, that's cause for a lost friendship. But outside of something like that, like how far would you let a friend go?
Growing apart. I think you can grow apart. As in you was cool growing up, you was cool in high school, you tried to be cool in the college years, and then you start branching off. And you realize 6 months went by, a year went by, and I know with a friend of mine, it's like probably like 6 years, and we haven't had a talk. Nothing bad happened, we just really grew apart. Two different lives.
Right. Yeah, kind of like and that's kind of the situation with the friend I grew up with. You know, we were close, and then we hit that period where it wasn't on me not communicating. He wasn't communicating, and I took it as, well, he's either growing or he's doing what he's doing. Ain't never had no bad feelings. And then we came back and we talked, but you could tell that friendship wasn't like it was. And we still cool now, but it's not like it was, So in that case, it can definitely, time and growth and all that,
What about distance? Does distance play a part in friendships?
It can, but with technology nowadays, you can. If you want to stay connected, you can stay connected.
Yeah.
If you want to stay connected.
I think it depends on the friendship before the distance happens. Because if y'all were like, locked tight before the distance happens, then it could be kind of like us where you just pick up where you left off. But if y'all were, kind of early on in the friendship phase, y'all ain't really have a lot to bond over and have a lot of experiences together. You don't have a strong bond to kind of weather that distance. So unless y'all just zooming all the time or something, I think it'll probably just fall to the wayside.
Yeah.
No.
I agree with what Eric said. It depends on the friendship before the distance. Because, like, use us for example. If one of us was farther than what we are, I don't think that would affect the relationship that we have with each other.
Yeah. I think some people, you have some seasonal friends too, where it's like you got friends that's meant to be there during a certain time. Maybe you got something that you offering them, or they got something they offering you, and then kind of once that season passes, y'all just kind of like fade out.
This is how the church said. You have people in your life for a reason. You have people in your life for a season.
And like Kayla says, you might have them making moves that you just can't get with. Maybe that friend got into some things. Hey, that just ain't your move no more.
No, because if I'm out here scamming, we all scamming.
If I'm making money off these PPPs, y'all making money off these PPPs.
Oh, I put y'all name on the application.
Y'all are my references. What you talking about? You better get this money too, because they're gonna call you.
I'm telling you, I need my cut.
I need my cut. Free, or you gonna laugh for your cut?
Oh man, dude. See that? Now you're a real friend. They gonna take you down with them.
Oh yeah.
You gotta tell the stories down the road. Y'all remember the time the government knocked on our doors and took our cars?
Apartment 4A from the penitentiary.
Took all our matching scat
block 8.
All I'm saying is I don't want to take mug shots by myself.
Yeah, they do the group shots now, right, Terrence?
Oh yeah,
I think they do. Yeah.
Let's process in time.
At least they do like the Zoom group shots where they give you individual, but they put you together like the Brady Bunch.
Ooh, that'll be rough.
Look at our judicial system.
They put the apartment 4A logo in the middle.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, but nah, you got a point. Yeah,
that's a good question, Willie. Would you go to jail for your friend?
Shoot.
I don't think you are a friend if you maybe have to make that decision.
There you go, Tan. Get us out of there.
Exactly. That's gonna be a negative.
Oh.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Help me with this problem I got out here.
I'm gonna help you. I'm put some money on your books.
Now, don't get me wrong. If we in it together, we in it together. But don't bring me into your mess. Don't bring me into it. So if we walking through the club and I bump somebody, I think you ought to be right beside me when I bump them. Hey.
So that
I was.
And I thank you, friend.
I think we all have that Terrence story. We was in Alabama.
That's how
a bowl game. And I don't know what happened. All I remember is me and Terrence was back to back, standing in the middle of the club.
Ready to throw them hands. I was gonna look for the loudest one. And Rod just follow suit.
Yeah. Everybody got the Terrence story. We had the hi-hat. Chilling. Dude come out the bathroom. Dude had to be like 7'8", 7'9". I know he was tall. In the moment, he felt really tall.
Oh yeah.
That dude badly grazed Terrence. Terrence stared that dude up and down. We got to go.
Got to grab this dude, man.
We got to do something.
Yeah. Like, wait.
I appreciate Willie friends, the ones who will call him if I get into some trouble at a club and get him the heads up so he can help me out. I appreciate his
Willie, your roommate in the club about to get the fight. He get the fighting tonight. I'm not in the club. If I see him, I'm gonna try my best to pull him up out of there.
We all got that call. Oh, you need to come down here, man. I think they about to take Terrence to jail. He the
police. He went into the right profession. Hey, but it was a good time.
Oh yeah. Good story.
We all laughed about it on the way back to the dormitory.
Like, dog, boy. Didn't he have like a Lakers jersey on or something?
Man.
Oh, what that dude wearing? You right, man. I think we came up to like his chest.
Man, dude, I know that.
Oh yeah.
But he might have had security on his shirt. I don't even
know. I know who didn't care. Terrence.
Oh, I know Terrence. Yeah. We gonna. Hey, I'm gonna ride with him. We gonna make something happen.
A disclaimer: this was right after I left the military, so I was a tad bit aggressive. I was taught in the military to be aggressive, and then I tried to bring that military concept into civilian life, and it didn't work that well.
I kind of met you before military, and you was aggressive before the military.
You say that, but I don't remember
that.
Okay, to say Mike Smith is my brother and my security is proven.
Everybody got
Mike probably got Kayla out a few rough spots that she probably could take care of herself, but probably good Mike was there.
Hey, everybody got to have a crew.
So that's what it is, man. If you look at the friends that you have, and the acquaintance that you make, it's all about building those relationships. And the better the relationship, the better the friendship. And if you can't build the relationship, then quite frankly, it ain't a friendship. So with that being said, everybody got anything else, any other questions on the topic today? In the comments, if y'all have something that y'all want to kind of just talk about or discuss around friendship, please, kind of file those in. We like I said, we've been friends for about almost 20 years. We got a 20-year reunion coming up. Most of us in 2023.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. They've been out of school that long. Build some good relationships, have some good memories. Again, shout out to Whodini, Alabama. Good time that we had down there. They already trying to get us back. He probably
know, right?
Those two things we might have to go back.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, they make it a good offer.
I'm telling you, at least for a couple nights.
Yeah, at least.
Right.
All right. Well, if there's not anything else, man, like always, we appreciate everybody for taking some time to watch us. If you have some time this weekend again, please go out there and support Southern Miss Golden Eagles as we take down the Southern Miss Rebels and the Super Regionals in Hattiesburg.
Toddy who?
And like always, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Full circle.